pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, now's the time for public input. Anybody here for public input? Public input? Brad?
Once again, Brad Mockers, 37 Waterford Lane. Just thought I'd take the opportunity to, number one, I guess, thank the council for last year for the tax increase. Obviously, we're always looking for less, but it was much better than the year before that. But again, this year, I guess it just resounded again once when we had a couple houses in the neighborhood that are for sale. And I talked to one of the people, prospective buyers. One of the first things out of her mouth was, taxes in Waite Park are too high. This is from a perspective buyer of a house right across the street from me. So once again, I just have to hope that as you're going through the budget, obviously as a resident and that I'm always looking for zero, but I just hope that we're looking at what the residents of Waite Park can really can stand. They just can't continue to raise in a large quantity. So that was interesting. Well, it's not the first time that a prospective buyer that I've talked to said that the taxes in Waite Park are way too high. So, but those are people coming in looking out to buy a house. So anyway, thank you.
All right, thank you, Brad. Anybody else?
Hey, I'm John Zeck from Avon. You guys probably can't help me with anything, but I went to Kia of Waite Park to have an alignment for a car.
Okay.
It didn't work. I went somewhere else. They fixed it. I talked to Lucas at Kia. He was rude to me. I told him I was going to take him to court. He was very belligerent and said the court is going to tear me apart. Nothing you guys can do about it? I mean, you probably can't.
No, there
Right.
really isn't.
The Better
Better
the
Business Bureau would be a-
Attorney General's office or the Better Business Bureau would be, unfortunately, I wish there was something more that we could do to help you with that.
No, I hear you. You guys don't monitor everybody.
Right.
There are a lot of things that get fixed.
Yeah.
I talked to the prosecuting attorney's office.
Yeah.
I've done that about a few times. We got disconnected. That's what I'll say. They told me to contact law enforcement, so. I don't know.
It would have to be, and I'm looking at Tony because I'm certainly not the chief and I'm certainly not I
It's a
don't have a law degree
I know,
either.
but it's-
Yeah, as far as their rudeness, I mean, rudeness isn't necessarily a crime, so we don't have a whole lot to other than we can talk to them. But as far as that piece, it would be a civil thing. It would just be you getting a civil attorney and
No, yeah,
filing a suit.
yeah, that's in the process as well, but as far as threatening somebody about courts is a crime, but I don't want to.
And that's something we can certainly talk
Yeah.
more
Okay. All right.
offline about. If
That sounds good. Thank you. And, all right, later.
All right. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, otherwise we're going to move on to review and approve the council agenda.
If you guys want to move item B to, I apologize, it was supposed to be under a regular agenda item, not under the consent agenda. Second?
We have a motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, then we'll move on to the consent agenda. Item A, approve the 6/15/26 council minute meetings. Then we'll jump to C, approve the hiring process for the public works technician. D, approve a JPA with the St. Cloud City Attorney's Office. E, approve a massage enterprise license for the Elite Massage and Wellness. F, approve the purchase of a bucket truck and the sale of the current bucket truck. G, approve the purchase of replacement tires for Tower 3. H, approve resolution accepting donations to the city. I, approve a special animal license request. And J, approve the hotel license for, I'm not even
good luck.
going to attempt it, but
Boomayala.
doing business as Ember Inns and Suites.
Move to approve the consent agenda?
I'll second.
We have a motion to approve and a second for the approving the consent agenda. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed, none. All right, then regular. Item A, award the bid for the emergency filter rehabilitation project for the water treatment plant.
Good evening, council. So yeah, we're ready to move forward with awarding bid for the emergency filter rehab project. We received 6 bids. They were all very competitive. Unfortunately, for our estimated cost versus what our bids came in at with the price of metal going up, that inflated our costs a little bit. So it was what our engineer had forecasted versus what we ended up receiving. They were about 3.6% higher. So we're looking to move forward with getting this emergency filter rehab project going. What that entails is removing all the media from the water plant, sand filters, cleaning the filter beds, restoration on the drains in there, and then replacing the filter media. Yeah.
Can you just touch on how it's being paid for?
Oh, yeah, definitely, sorry. So this is coming out of the water reserve funds. And then that money will be, once we go out to bond for our new water improvements here in a couple of years, that money will be reimbursed to that water reserve account.
Okay, any other questions? Otherwise, I need a motion.
Okay. Go ahead, Vic.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution awarding emergency filter rehabilitation project contract. Minnesota Mechanical Solutions in the amount of $743,454.50. As presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the award or the bid. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Then item B, consider a resolution to include a ballot question abolishing the Civil Service Personnel Board.
Mayor, members of the council, this is something that we have had some discussion in work session and something that you had requested to be considered. The Civil Service Personnel Board has been in place for probably since the early 60s. The language in some of the statutes that govern that are fairly old, and so hasn't necessarily kept up with, some of the changes that have happened over the last 50 plus years. And so our Civil Service Board the current ones on there have been very good to work with. We've talked about keeping that as a board, but not necessarily having all the rules that go along with that. And just for your information, the Civil Service Board covers most all employees with the exception of a few supervisors. The supervisors that are still included under the civil service are the police chief and the fire chief. The others are not. So this would be something that would just, especially with the process and the amount of time that it takes to hire, that becomes a little bit of a problem with the process. We love having the Civil Service Board. We love having them as part of our process, and I think there's ways to continue to do that without having to have the board. But in order for you to consider doing that, as we have discussed, it does require a vote and it to be placed on the ballot. And so if that is something that you desire to move forward with, the process in doing that would be to approve this resolution, which then would allow staff to go ahead and move forward with that and get in contact with the county to prepare for that to be part of the ballot.
I make a motion to approve the resolution, place it on the ballot.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then we'll move on to approve and pay the bills.
Move to pay.
Oh, we gotta do the
Oh, wait,
C.
C.
Oh,
We
I'm
moved C
sorry.
down.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so it's approve the appointment of a police officer.
Good evening, council. The police department has 4 current vacancies for our 2026 staffing plan for police officers. The original hiring process was approved by council back in 2023 as an ongoing eligibility list. The hiring process has been posted on the Minnesota Post Board website and the city website. We currently have 4 people on the eligibility list. The hiring process has included the scored application, scored interview involving the civil service board and city staff. The candidate presented before you tonight has completed all those steps and is the number 1 overall candidate on the eligibility list. City staff makes a recommendation to approve the appointment of Ashley Lawrence to that position at our entry-level step 1 for police officers with an effective start date of August 17th.
So move.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, then we'll move on to pay the bills.
Move to pay the bills.
Second?
We have a motion to pay the bills in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Anybody else have any updates?
Just next council meeting is August 3rd. The senior cookout is this Wednesday from 11. I'm stealing your thunder. 11
Sorry, 11 to roughly 2:30 is what it
2:30?
typically
Yeah,
ends
it
up.
usually takes a little, yeah. And then elections coming up, primary elections, August 11th. That's all I have.
All right. Okay, we have a motion to return. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and meeting adjourned at 6:43.
Like the delay.
Yeah, I know, I heard that too.